What's up, all you cool kids? This is Daisy Collins of TsunamiRose.net coming at you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm sorry about that previous stream. I don't know what happened. Well, I do. I didn't have my audio plugged in, and when I plugged it in, YouTube was like, I don't care. I'm not going to recognize it. Okay, so sorry about that, but here we are. As you guys know, I do junk journal related videos every single day. And I eat Cheetos with chopsticks, so I don't get it on my fingers. Okay. So we're ready to start back. We're back. Okay, so we're going to be sewing in the 2 signatures that we worked on yesterday. And the first step that I said when you guys couldn't hear me, was that you should make sure that all your pages are facing the right way. I did that maybe about 20 times to make sure that all the pages are the right way. Hey, Liz. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Keeps the cheese off my fingers. Okay. Now, I have my cover. And what I have done to my cover is I have folded it in half. And this is my inside cover here. Hey, Delane. And hi to Donna. What's up, girl? Okay. So I have folded my inside cover in half, which is what we did on the first video. We made the secured the cover, as well as added some of my fabric that I made with little octagons, not octagons, hexagons, and then backed it up on paper. So we're going to glue it here. But first, I need to get my signatures into here. I have also cut up a piece of cereal box. I have cut off a piece of cereal box to help me with my signatures. So this journal is actually already sold. So thank you to the person who already purchased it. They pre-ordered it, as well as another junk journal. So those are already spoken for. Okay. So got my cover, the inside cover, folded in half. I need to figure out where my signatures are going to go. Let me get my ruler out. Where's my ruler? I don't want that ruler. I want a flat ruler. Hang on. I thought I had put everything away. Okay, here. Okay. So we're going to place the signature. Let me get a pencil. I'm just going to mark where the middle is here with the pencil. That way I can erase it a little bit easier later on, but I can tell where the center is supposed to be. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'm getting a little Cheeto as a reward for finding my ruler. Okay, so I'm going to place my signature a quarter inch to one side of the middle. And I'll keep marking it down the way. Quarter inch. Inch. And quarter inch. Okay. So now I'm going to connect those dots. Is that the dot I made? Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess so. Okay. And I need to draw it out so I can see it. And let's do the other side now. Quarter inch. And I'll tell you what, though, this is the most nerve-wracking part of the whole journal process. I've done this a million times, And I still get very nervous when I have to do it. So let's connect all those little dashes. And I need to draw a line. Okay, so now you can see the 3 lines that I've drawn on here. And these are actually skewers. I don't have chopsticks, but I have skewers and they work the same way. Okay. So I got my scoreboard here and my little bone folder. And I need to score this line here. It's going to be a little hard there on that fold, but everywhere else should be possible. Okay. You can see it because it's paper, it does score on the back, which is why I like to use the paper. Score down. And now we're actually going to fold it where that line was. Where we just scored it. Hi, Llewellyn from Ohio. How is Ohio today? Okay. So now we have where our 2 signatures are going to sit. And I like to have them folded so that way I know that my signature is right in the middle. Is the video blurry for anyone else? Let me know. Okay, hang on. Okay. So now that I know where my signature is going to sit, because I can literally feel it, which is why I like to do this technique. Okay. Now we're going to get ready to actually sew in our signature. I'll just get my sewing machine ready with the straight stitch on the longest setting. Love it. Okay. And I have a piece of cereal box here that I cut to be pretty much exactly the size of half of the cover. Basically, it's the size of this right here. And it's almost the same size as the spine, so that way I know that if the papers are aligned with this here, they'll be aligned with my spine and aligned with the cover. So I literally, whenever I want to eat Cheetos, I eat like 5 Cheetos, and I'm like, that's enough Cheetos. Like, I can't eat Cheetos the way I used to when I was a kid. Okay, so let me get this folding thing out the way. Okay. So now, like I said, I'm going to make sure, and I've also put a line down the center of the signature here, so that way I can tell where it is when I'm sewing. And I'm going to use the cereal box here to know that I'm positioning my papers right where they should be. And also, I am also kind of keeping pressure right here on my hand. I keep pressure so that way all the papers stay flush up against here. I love Cheetos. I think I like Cheetos. I like saying I love Cheetos more than I like eating Cheetos. When I was a kid, oh man, I could eat bags and bags of Cheetos. Like I said, now I eat like 5 of them, and I'm like, okay, I got the flavor of Cheetos. That's enough. Okay. Flush against here. Here's my bingo card, kind of putting it where I want to be. Where I want it to be, I should say. Okay. I like seeing the little layers here of paper, so I always make sure to kind of make sure you see the little layers of paper if they're different sizes. Again, keeping pressure right here. And I'm going to need my paper clips. I should have already got one. I have one of them. Okay, here's another one. You're going to need those clips those clasp kind of clips, you know. Or I have big, huge paper clips that I like to use for this process right here. So I would like to make sure I have them handy. Some pretty glossy, like book paper. Don't know. I can't remember if I already said to Patricia hi or not, but hi, Patricia. I'm sorry. Let's see. I'm like preoccupied a little bit. Okay. Just making sure all my papers are literally flush up against the spine. That's very important. You don't want them to get loose. Back. We're almost done here. This one's going to be dedicated to bees, this journal. I'm going to put all my bee ephemera. Okay, so now that I have all the pages where they should be and they're flush up against the spine, how wide are the pages? They're almost 12 inches. They're less than 12 inches. I think they're like 11 3/4 or something like that. I'm going to... what I should have done here. Ugh. What I should have done is actually laid it on the spine where it's going to go, right here. And again, I like to feel it. That's why I fold it. That way I can feel that it's in the right spot. Then I'm going to attach this paper clip to the actual spine, and I'm going to do the same thing with this right here. Okay. So I think I've earned a Cheeto. So 1 second. Okay. Let's go to my sewing machine. Looking good so far, but you doing good video. I love journal. I am working on swap. How fun, Pam. Okay. So like I said, I have my sewing machine. Try to use my brother's Project One Way CE1125 PRW, which I got at Walmart. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to sew directly down the middle of this signature. I have my settings. I have it on straight stitch. You can see here, straight stitch, and it's going to be on length of 5, and the width doesn't matter because it's straight stitch, but length of 5 is what it's at. Now carefully, this is about 15 pages here. So let's, no, this is about actually 17 pages. I think I went a little bit overboard. We are going to be sewing slowly. Like I said, I've traced the line down the middle here so I know where I'm sewing. So that's very important. And I do want to do some back stitching just to make sure everything's good and together. And we're just going to hold it. I'm not even pushing it. I'm just holding it. And again, moving very slowly. And you want to make sure to use the longest stitch that you can. Otherwise, it might actually just perforate your paper, which is not what you want. So now we're going to go ahead and back stitch a little bit before the end. Okay. So now my signature is sewed in here. And we can work on the next one. I don't know why these Cheetos are so good right now. They're just hitting the spot. Okay. we got our signature. And now it is sewn into our cover. And it is a little off from where it should be, but you know what? I can live with that. I can live with that. And you can't see that mark. I'm going to work on this mark later on. We'll erase it. It's just pencil. So now we got our second signature, but let me kind of get these pages together. I don't want them to get in the way of my next signature. Let me get another paper clip. 1 second. Okay. So I need another giant paper clip for both of those sides for the next signature. Okay. Thank you, Lou Ellen. This was a lot of fun to make, and I'm glad I made them, and I just think they look so pretty. I'm really in love with them. Okay. They're a lot of work, but look how cute it looks. It just looks precious. Look at that. That looks beautiful right there. I mean, I can't. I love it. Okay. Could make a journal just like this. That's another day. It's another day, another project to add to the list. Okay, so we have our piece of cereal box here. And let's get it together. Starting with the middle page. Hang on, I don't like strings. They distract me so much. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hey, Benjamin. Okay. Let me get my camera a little bit more that way because I seem to be going like this. Okay, so we're making sure that our page is flush up against here again. You guys should follow Benjamin on Instagram. He does very awesome art, actually. He does awesome like collage work. Every day he posts something. Very creative mind, that Benjamin. Okay, so here's this page. And again, applying pressure to the middle cereal box here so that all the pages stay in line and up against the spine, up against close to each other. Just making sure it's still within that. The cereal box is a little bit shorter than the cover, so it's okay that it kind of goes off a little bit. I just still want to make sure that it's somewhat centered. Benjamin, what is your Instagram handle? I can't remember. I want people to follow you. I'll post it down below. He does really cool work. Like, he cuts out a lot of stuff out of like magazines and then does like little collages, but like every day though. That's why I think his Instagram is so interesting. Again, I want to see all the little layers of papers all around almost, so it looks like a little border almost. Applying pressure right there. We're almost done with this little set. And then this is the last page right here. And we're going to lay it right here on the line because I can see the line. I am going to lay it on the line. And then holding the cereal box in place, I can drop everything else. I'm just going to slightly up a little higher. Okay. And then I'm going to carefully paper clip it to each other. Whew. Okay, I'm telling you, I've done this a million times by now. And this part is always the most like nerve-wracking, like heart-wrenching part always. Everything else is easy. This is super hard. Okay. Again, I put a line down the middle so that way I know where I'm sewing. Hey, Jane. Okay, so here we are. The very beginning. Again, I'm using straight stitch on the longest setting. You don't want to use a short setting because you will just perforate your paper. Okay, so 1 stitch, 2 stitch, and then we're going to go back, back. And I'm kind of moving it along, going slow. I go so slow. I feel like the slower I go, maybe the more centered I'll be. Okay, and then at the very end, of course, again, you want to go ahead and back stitch. Okay, you guys, so we have done it. We have done it. Our signatures are now all together on the cover. So now it looks like this. Sewn onto the cover. And I actually learned this original technique from, oh goodness, what's her name? I'll leave her a link down to her video below. I can't remember her name off the top of my head right now. Gosh darn it. She used different materials, and she did not sew her signature into her spine, but she made her spine piece like this. And I just kind of took it and made it longer. Okay, so now we got to get it onto the cover, right? We got to get this part onto the cover. So I'm going to take a clip. Binder clips, that's the word I was looking for. Binder clips. You could use binder clips. I use my big paper clips. Okay. So now we got to get glue all over this right here. Is there a page loose? Oh my goodness. I'm going to use glue to glue this cover onto the book, basically. That's what we're going to do. And this journal has already been sold, so thank you so much to the person who bought it. I am doing a pre-order sale of these junk journals that I'm doing with the vintage book covers. So if you're interested in grabbing one, go ahead. I'm gonna have a link down in the description box below. Okay, so we need to glue this down here. Whew. Put another paper clip. Maybe this will help it stand up a little bit. Yeah, that helped. No, it didn't. Okay. So let's get glue. Let's get gluing. I'm done with my sewing machine. Okay, so 1 second. Let me get what I need. Here it is. Here it is. I have a roll of all the papers that come off the heat and bond. All of them. I save too much stuff to use it at least 3 times before I throw it away, you guys. I just have to. Sorry, I just hit the camera. Okay. There's a part of this that's like plastic, so I can use that to get glue all over it. No problem. And I'm going to be using my super tacky glue here by Eileen's. And also, I'm going to use my little silicone brush that I love to use, my little silicone brush. You will see. Just get the glue all over, and especially to the edges. You want to make sure there's plenty of glue on the edges. It's all the glue on there, very nice. Okay, there we go. Benjamin just dropped his Instagram. He is awesome on his Instagram with all of his collaging. He posts something every single day, and it's awesome. Very, very inspiring work. Okay, so now I want to make sure and I get some on the spine too. All over the spine. All over. And I'm going to worry about the other half in one moment. I got my book. Make sure it's right side up. Book is right side up. Cover is right side up. I know this is going to be just a teeny bit shorter than the actual cover, so I'm going to make sure that it already is a little bit shorter, so I am not surprised later. Okay. So now my cover is here, and it is attached to the book. Little sliver over here that I know I cut it too short, so that's what it is. You can get in here with your bone folder. Make sure you kind of dig it in here in between by the book so that it does in fact glue there. It's kind of a hard spot to apply pressure with without a bone folder, so that's what I do with the bone folder. Okay. This girl Katie, she wrote her name on the cover on every single page also. She's so funny. I mean, I don't know her, but she was a funny person, I could just tell, with a lot of time on her hands. Every single page she put her name on. Too funny. Okay, so I got my heat and bond piece, and I'm going to use the other side just so I don't get, glue. Oh, I just did. Okay. Well, that's going to go. That just ruined that. Okay, I'm going to fold it again. And I'm going to get glue on here without getting it on the cover. It is kind of mission impossible, but I've done it. Again, that's why I use this paper. All on it. Oh my god, you guys, I cut my hair like a couple days ago. That day I went to go hang out with my mom, and she has a friend who comes and cuts my dad and her hair. So I had her cut my hair too, because I'm so not picky with my hair. It's so funny how not picky with my hair I am. I kind of just sit there and I'm like, I wanted this short, and don't ask me other questions. Just do whatever you want. That's literally what I say. I'm so not picky with my hair. My hair will grow back, and I don't have to cry about anything. I'm not worried about it. So I cut maybe about 6 inches off, and it feels so good. Oh my gosh. Like, it just feels nice to not have hair on the back of my back. My hair was long. It was getting down to my butt. So I had to cut it. I'm like, that's enough. That's enough. It'll come back in a year or two. My hair grows so fast. So again, making sure I have enough glue here on the edges. From edge to edge. And this glue does dry a little bit, so I do want to make sure, again, I refresh at least the glue here on the edge. So let's glue this side down. You got to pull it to make sure it's nice and in place. Again, I knew I was going to have just a little sliver showing of the original cover. That's fine, I'll live. And now again, just make sure that you get the little edges in here. Ooh, Jane. Yeah, I'm so not picky with my hair. Like I said, they could cut it crooked and I'd still pay them full price with the tip. I'm not even bothered. Like, it'll grow out and you won't notice it. I'm not bothered. I usually have it up in a ponytail anyways. Okay, so that, and then get the crease right here also, just a little bit. Okay, so now this actually has to dry, you guys. So this is actually going to be a short live because this actually has to dry now. What I do is I put something here on each side to kind of support it while it dries. And also, oh yeah, I need one more step, actually. One more step. I need to, for some reason, every time I let these journals dry, these parts right here like will lift up. So to kind of support that and kind of fix that problem, I do put paper clips right here so that these exact little edges right here don't lift off. I always have a problem with these specific little edges right there lifting off with this technique of making these junk journals. So maybe it's because there's a little divot there. I don't know. But I always make sure, and also here in the middle, make sure and put a paper clip so that it holds it down. And on the other side as well. And then that's it. I'm going to let this dry overnight just so I make sure everything is well and dry. I don't like to risk it. And then we'll come back tomorrow and decorate. And that'll be it for this junk journal. And we can move on to the next one. So again, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to keep something here on each side to support it. So that way it will dry with this not having, bearing any pressure on the inside. But that is this junk journal right here, you guys. Tomorrow we'll come back, decorate, and we'll finish up this junk journal. We'll move on to the next one. This one's already been sold, so thank you again to the person who purchased it. Again, you can pre-order the journals that I have coming up. They are up in my shop, and I thank everybody so much for their support. Again, thank you guys so much for following this little series. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m.-ish. You guys, I'm sorry. I've been terrible these last couple weeks with the time. But I'll be back tomorrow. You guys can expect a new video from me. And we'll come back and decorate. So again, I want to say thank you everybody for hanging out with me. Oh, right. Before I forget, I need to give away the junk journals for today's Thursday. So for Tuesday, these are the junk journals for the comments on Tuesday that I did not give away yesterday because I totally spaced out on it. So let's pick a winner for Tuesday. Tuesday's winner of this awesome pin is going to Beatrice Lauren. I love that name. Beatrice Lauren. So Beatrice, contact me on Facebook so that way I can get you your awesome pin. And again, if you guys want to win this pin, come back after the video is done being live and leave me a comment. And you guys can come back and win. Find out if you're the winner on Friday. So thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out, you guys. Bye.